The last time Cole Hamels left the field at Citizens Bank Park, it was not after a complete game shutout or even close to one of his best outings of his career. The last time Cole left his home field, he and the Phillies fans were not sure if he would return to the field wearing the same uniform that he has worn for all 201 starts of his career. Cole returns to the Citizens Bank Park mound tonight, still representing the Phillies P. Pretty comfortable walk up Patterson Avenue to Citizens Bank Park as the fans are getting ready for Game 2 of this series between the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. And the Braves, well, they're in second place right now in the National League East. They do have one of the wild card spots, but they've set their sights on the division. Well, they haven't been able to get closer than 3 games since the 1st of June to the Washington Nationals consistently. In fact, they're 4-2 so far in the month of August, and they have the best record of the National League East since the All-Star break. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Chris Wheeler. Yeah, the Braves are a hot team right now, but Cole Hamels, well, he's going to try to cool them off tonight. Hamels has not won a game in this ballpark in quite some time.
Since June, Tom, which is really hard to believe. He beat the Colorado Rockies here in mid-June, has not won a game, as you said, here in this ballpark. Hasn't really won a whole lot of games anyway. Pitching to no decision, some losses, 1 win in there. But this game against the Giants was significant in a lot of ways. He had a home run in the game, so did his counterpart, Matt Cain. Buster Posey with a shot here to left center field, and then Cabrera tied the game late. He would pitch to a no decision with Cole and leave the game to a standing ovation from fans who really didn't know whether or not they were going to see him again in a Phillies uniform in this ballpark. Right after that, of course, he signed his long-term deal, and he'll pitch a lot here. He started 99 games in this ballpark, number 100 here tonight, and they hope it's a win. His numbers are very, very good at Citizens Bank Park, signing that long-term deal, so he's going to be around here for quite a few years.
Yeah, you think about his last start, 2 wheels against the Washington Nationals. He struck out 9. He allowed only 3 runs, but the Phillies offense unable to get him any offense to support him. So they're hoping for a little offense tonight to help out Cole Hamels. And start number 100 in this ballpark. So Cole will be opposed tonight by Mike Minor. How about his 8 innings the last time the Phillies faced the Atlanta Braves down in Atlanta? This is his 21st start of the year. He is 6-7 with a 5.01 earned run average. So it is Game 2 of this 3-game series. Jason Hayward back in the lineup again tonight. That was a long home run. He had a couple hits in yesterday's ball game. When we return, the lineups in first pitch for tonight's affair. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. By Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. We're creating a more coordinated healthcare system that is built around you. Independence Blue Cross, changing the game. Citizens Bank Park. Pretty crowded out there tonight as folks are getting ready for their pregame meal as the Phillies take the field. Cole Hamels heading out to the mound to begin his warm-up tosses. Let's take a look at the Braves starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off at center field, Michael Bourne. Martin Prado bats second. He's at second base tonight. Jason Hayward hits third, followed by Chipper Jones, the cleanup batter. Freddie Freeman, the first baseman, bats fifth. Brian McCann, the catcher, will hit sixth tonight. Reed Johnson's in left field. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, Paul Yanish. And on the mound, he's not much of a hitter for a pitcher, is Mike Minor. And they'll face Cole Hamels, who is a pretty good hitter for a pitcher. Cole is probably more concerned about getting a victory. He's 11-6, and over his last 7 starts, he's 1-3 with an ERA of 3.51.
He started the season 8-1. In his first 10 starts. Since then, his last 11 starts, 3-5, an earned run average over 4. That's our scouting report on Cole. And you see his last home win was against Colorado back here on the 19th of June. He's pitched well against the Atlanta Braves, although he had a shaking outing against them last time out.
Yeah, for his career, you see 11-7, a 3.75 earned run average. His last time out was that game in which he walked 6. And as Charlie Manuel said after that ball game, we'll never see that again from Cole. At least you would hope you'd never see that again from Cole Hamels.
Well, let's go with tonight's Nissan keys to the ball game. Another hot night here at Citizens Bank Park. Well, maybe stop the Braves' winning streak against the Phillies. It's getting ridiculous. The Braves just outplay them. And Cole Hamels, well, he's going to win here in his 100th career Citizens Bank Park start.
So there you go. You're predicting.
Well, you know, not much for that, but why not?
We're okay with that.
Why not?
Michael Bourne will lead it off for the Braves. Bourne 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored in yesterday's ball game. And the first pitch in tight. We're underway. It's 1-0. Jeff Kellogg is the home plate umpire. He's the crew chief. And Bourne thought about a slug bunt, but takes it for strike 1. It's 1-1.
Now Franson's in on the grass anyway until the count gets to 2 strikes on Michael Bourne, just in case.
Michael Bourne has 131 hits this season. He's tied for 6th in the National League. He jammed him. And Eric Kratz may not have to move too far as he tosses the mask aside, 1 away. So 1 out, and his 100th career start here at Citizens Bank Park was taken care of by Eric Kratz. That'll bring Martin Prado to the plate. Just a night off for Dan Uggla. That's what Freddie Gonzalez said. In fact, Gonzalez said that tomorrow Brian McCann will have the night off. He's trying to give some of his guys some time off because after Thursday's off day, they play 20 games in 20 days beginning Friday. So Prado, who could play anywhere, is playing second base tonight.
Yeah, Chipper Jones had the night off last night. There's Ben Sheets on the right, who pitched so well in last night's game. The guy's, well, he's reinvented himself and doing a tremendous job after all the arm problems that he's had.
Said that last night he relied on his cutter more than anything else. I thought it was more of a high fastball than anything else.
Yeah, it looked like fastballs away to everybody because he was using the outside part of the plate very effectively.
1-1 is hit foul. Look out here in the Hall of Fame club. And it's 1-2. That dropped about 7 rows in front of us. There was a big guy that reached down and knocked it down and protected, well, it looked like he protected his family. And then some other gentleman picked it up.
That ball was hit hard, too.
Sure was. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Prado. Kratz will set up inside. And the ball is popped up shallow center field. Utley's out there. He's going to call everybody off. And he makes the catch. Sherholtz was coming in quickly. 2 outs.
He's gotten 2 outs on fastballs. That one may have even been a cutter. Looked like it moved in a little bit, but 2 outs so far for Cole Hamels with his fastball. He's a fastball changeup pitcher, still uses cutter and occasional curveball. Sometimes more occasional than others, like last time out. 1% they have down. He threw his curveball.
Jason Hayward, who had a good night last night, he was 2 for 5, takes a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Hayward 3 for his last 15. Freddie Gonzalez said the reason he has him in the 3-hole, well, it's twofold. The first reason is that he's hitting .305 since the 22nd of July. There's a curveball. It's foul. The other reason is because of what we saw last night, as Alicia makes a nice play down the right field line, is his ability to score from first on the simplest of hits, whether it be a ball in the gap or, as we saw last night, the ball off the glove of Scherholz. So he's relying on his athleticism a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of times your 3-hole hitter will be your best hitter. You're, an athletic type of guy like Hayward. Guy can drive in runs. Best offensive players still believe the guys that knock in 100 and score 100, because that's a heck of a body combination right there that you can do those things, and this guy certainly has the potential to do that.
Yeah, on this pace he'll be just shy of those numbers, but he'll probably be 80 and 80, if not a little bit more in one category. Shoots that one the other way. Dominic Brown will give it a peek, but it's out of play.
Here's that play last night when Scherholz came in. He thought he caught the ball. He didn't. He overran it then. And what Hayward did really well, we talked about at the time, was he came hard into third, and now he gives Snicker, his third base coach, a chance to score him. If you come in there and shut it down, they can't score him.
Well, we've already seen 2 curveballs from Cole Hamels in this first inning. The second one gets a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the first. The Braves nothing. The Phillies coming up. This game, Braves nothing, the Phillies coming up. Let's take a look at the Phillies starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Dominic Brown, the left fielder, bats second. Chase Utley hits third, followed by Ryan Howard, the cleanup batter. John Mayberry Jr., the center fielder, bats fifth. Eric Kratz, sixth. Nate Scherholz, the right fielder, bats seventh. Kevin Franzen, he's been pretty good lately. A 5-game hitting streak. He'll at eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is Cole Hamels. And they'll face a 24-year-old left-hander, Mike Minor. His record is very deceiving, 6-7 with a 5.01 earned run average, but he's allowed just 5 earned runs in his last 31 innings of work.
Yeah, he's really pitched well lately. He's second in the league in home run balls allowed, as you look at our scouting report on him. Second only to Joe Blanton, but he's really cut down. You know, if you have the numbers that Tom just mentioned, then it means you're cut down on the long balls.
Well, Rollins goes after the first fastball, and he fouls it up the left field line.
He threw a lot of fastballs in that game against the Phillies his last start out, and in the last game that he pitched, 64% of his pitches were fastballs, and then, you know, slider, changeup, curveball, almost around the same area. So he's going to throw a lot of fastballs evidently.
His last start was that rain-short start against the Marlins. He had to give up a 6-0 lead because he couldn't come back after the rain delay.
He had a six-run lead in that game. Then you see percentage and velocities of his pitches. He maybe had a win sitting there.
Jimmy Rollins rolls that one inside the third base bag. He's going to get to second. It'll be his 24th double of the year.
Now,
Jimmy, who last night ended an 0 for 16 slump with a base hit in his final at bat, gets a base hit in his first at bat tonight.
Now, sometimes it didn't help them last night, but when you see a pitcher pretty close together, like they are Minor, Sheets, you have an idea of what they're going to try and do. And Minor pitched inside a lot to right-handed hitters with fastballs and cutters, and away to left-handed hitters with his fastball. Chipper can't get to that one, so maybe Jimmy Rollins get an aggressive swing on the first pitch. Maybe he decided to go up there and look in.
Now let's see what Dominic Brown could do for him. Dominic batting second for the second straight night. Shows bunt, takes a pitch inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, he knows his job right now is to get Jimmy Rollins to third base. So they're not going to give him a bunt. But, you know, on the first pitch there, I guess he's thinking, well, maybe I may try it if I get a pitch in an area where I could bunt it. But you really like him to try to pull the ball here because you may get more out of it.
Dominic was hit by a pitch in the hand last night. He said he's fine after that hit. Takes outside. It's 2-0. In fact, he took batting practice today with everybody else. No issues at all, which is a good thing.
Yeah, because you couldn't tell at first. Guy gets hit in the hand like that, you get broken hand pretty easily.
Rollins leads off second. 2-0 the count to Brown. And he takes high, 3-0.
Good high again. Runs another deep count. Here's Jones pointing the line after Jimmy Rollins just hooked one past him. And it's like here it comes again.
Brown takes a strike. It's 3-1.
You know, maybe he's thinking that his guy's going to pitch inside. They go over the scouting reports. They go over the way they're going to pitch. And he better play over near the line on the right-handed hitters.
Well, he's off the line with the lefty up here. Like there's a big hole on the left side for Brown.
Right.
As Minor turns back towards second.
Because they know he's in pull mode right now. So they're going to protect up the middle. And you know, give him all that in there. And if the ball goes to left field, then Jimmy Rollins goes to third and he can hold up.
Line drive, base hit to center field. Rollins should be able to score. He's around third, heading for home. Bourne bobbles. The throw to second. Brown coming in off the glove of Prado. It's 1-0 Phillies. Well, once Michael Bourne bobbled, that's when Brown decided to make an attempt at second base. They're going to score that a double and an RBI all the way.
Yeah, that would have been a base running mistake. But as it turns out, Prado bobbles the ball, as Tom says. And he reaches second base. Nice piece of hitting again. But you see why they played the shortstop where they did. Because he's in that kind of mode to pull the ball and hit the ball up the middle. Now right there he's out by 10 feet if Prado can catch it. And he tries to catch it and turn too quickly.
Hey guys, Don Brown is safe at second base. Safe and secure with New York Life.
Murph, that was very nicely done.
Thank you
by
very
the
much.
way, some props to you with what you said yesterday about the left-handed pitcher and Brown feeling comfortable staying in against the lefty. Feels like he's at his best when he's able to do that.
That's what he says. Says he can see the ball a little bit better, which is odd for a left-hander, but he displayed it right there.
Well, he's in scoring position for another lefty, Chase Utley. Sarge is going to be really jealous because Wheels did the New York Life last night and Murph did it tonight.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to have a coach on. Sam Perlazzo's on tonight. Maybe some night we'll have somebody on like that and he can do it.
Time is called and McCann will just grab the pitch. I don't think he called the time. I think it was Utley who called time. Utley has hit in 7 consecutive games. His average during that span is at 360.
Once again, pull mode right here. Get another runner to third, get another run in, lead 2-0 behind a real good pitcher.
In the dirt, blocked by McCann. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dominic Brown right now is using the middle of the field very, very well. He has tremendous power too. You watch him in batting practice, he hits upper deck home runs. That's one of those things that it's there, But to watch him use the middle of the field the way that he is right now is very impressive.
Ball's popped up over toward the on-deck circle. McCann will give it a look, and he's out of room. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Janet Rex of Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. Do you know Janet, Wheels?
No, but I know Newtown Square. It's a beautiful, wonderful community. 19073.
If the Phillies hit a home run in tonight's ball game, the Wheels' friend Janet will win $100. Everybody's Wheels' friend in Newtown Square.
I don't know if there are many people out there anymore from my days. Originally moved to Newtown Square in 1952 and left there in 79 officially. Yeah, there wasn't much out there at 52.
Utley slams it to straightaway center field. Bourne under it. Brown tags. The throw will be cut off by Giannis.
Just really bad base running then. No excuse for that. None. There's nothing to do there except go back and tag up. There's nobody out. Ball's hit deep to center field. If it drops, you walk over to third. And he gets himself caught in between. Waits. Now he goes back and decides it's too late. Learning experience, but that's something he should know at this point.
Well, he'll take a look around as he takes his lead off second. And Ryan Howard with 3 infielders on the right side will bat.
Those are little things that win and lose games for you, too.
Charlie kind of talked about that kind of stuff today before the ball game in the session with the writers and with all of us. That's why they took infield outfield today. That's why they took PFPs, pitchers fundamentals, did all those things today.
Just when there's nobody out, you go back and tag up.
Cutter for a strike, and it's 0-2 to Howard.
You go halfway. You can fool around out there a little bit. It's not as important to get to third. Nobody out. You're thinking, how do I get to third base with less than 2 outs?
You think he would have made it if he kept on going?
I think he would have. He had a chance because Bourne doesn't throw the way that he used to. But I didn't notice whether Juan stopped him or not. Because he started to run and all of a sudden put on the brakes so quickly, it was almost like he got a hold up from him, from Juan Samuel. So I don't know.
Well, it's his RBI that's given the Phillies the lead. He's still in scoring position if Howard can get a hit here. The positives, if he had gone over to third with less than 2 outs, he could have scored with a fly ball or ground ball. 0-2 the count to Howard. Outside, 1-2. Miners allowed 22 home runs this year, which is 1 less than Joe Blanton, who leads the National League. A lot of his home runs, though, are solo shots. In fact, he said the home runs bother him, but Roger McDowell reminded him that most were solo. That one may not be. That's a towering shot deep to left center field. A 2-run home run for Ryan Howard, and the Phillies have taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, that wasn't a solo.
No. Flick of the wrist, and that one went a long way the opposite way.
Really waited well. Either a cutter, slider, something out over the plate. Let's see if we can tell on the replay. Or maybe just a fastball, but it's out away. They set up a way to try. Oh, it's a breaking ball. It's a slider maybe. And he gets a really good swing at that. And how many times have we seen him deposit a ball in that area of the ballpark? That's his big power. He stayed closed pretty well. And that ball's a little bit on the plate more than they wanted it. Well, it's more than a little bit more on the plate. It's a lot more on, and he crushed it.
Well, Janet Rex of Newtown Square, you've just won $100 courtesy of the McDonald's home run jackpot and Ryan Howard's 5th home run of the year.
We wanted to help out those people from Newtown Square.
Absolutely. It's Ryan's first home run since the 23rd of July.
Wow. Well, he crushed it. And now the base running mistake is erased, and they can discuss that with Dominic Brown later. But what happened?
3 extra base hits in this inning for the Phils. 0-1 the Mayberry way inside. 1 ball and 1 strike, and that's 23 home runs now allowed by Miner.
His 5th to a left-handed hitter.
Swing and a miss. Went after a pitch out of the strike zone. That previous pitch may have set that one up for Minor and for Mayberry.
He has pretty good changeup to right-handed batters. First came up, he threw a lot of fastballs and changeups. He's changed a little bit, thinking to maybe cutting balls in against right-handed hitters. But with Ryan Howard, it looked like he threw a slider more than a cutter because that thing had some bite to it. It was trying to go down anyway, and it got intercepted by that big swing.
See, Phillies 25 home runs in the last 23 games. For that home run and all the ones they've hit so far, one tree will be planted by the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society as part of Home Runs for Trees. It's a partnership between the Phillies, PHS, and Aramark. Home Runs for Trees is part of Plant 1 Million. For more information, visit phillies.com/red-goes-green. Wheels, of the last 24 home runs the Phillies have hit, we're 25 now. 18 have been solo shots.
They've hit a lot of solo home runs.
So it was good to see them getting a 2-run bomb there. 2-0 the count to Eric Kratz, who did not play last night.
Chipper Jones is way over on the line. I guess he's going to play right-handed hitters over there.
Off the end of the bat, and a dribbler up the first base line. Freeman will take care of Kratz, but Ryan Howard has just taken care of the Phillies offense and Mike Minor. A 2-run opposite field home run, one of 3 extra base hits for the Phillies. And that one just sounded really good. We go to the second inning here in Philadelphia. The Phillies have the early lead. It's 3-0. Every remaining Phillies out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Phillies.com. Baseball everywhere. Go to the second. Chipper Jones leads it off. Jones did not play last night. Jones this year against the Phillies is hitting .409. And he takes a strike at the knees. It's 1-1. He was asked again this past weekend, are you sure you're going to retire? And he said he is absolutely sure.
Are you coming back? No. Are you sure? I'm not coming back.
The reason they're asking is because he leads the team in average at .320. His last 30 games, he's hitting .368 with 5 home runs and 22 runs batted in.
He does seem committed to it at age 40. And that's why you know how much he would love to be in postseason one more time.
What he's done his last 33 games, the 2-2. Line drive, base hit to center field. Well, now 30 of his last 34 he has a hit. And he's aboard to begin the second.
Such a good hitter. Just the way he approached that. Looked like a cutter or fastball out over the plate. Didn't try to do too much with it. Dropped the head on it, hit it the other way, and a line drive to right center field. That's a pitch you pull it, ground out normally to the shortstop or second baseman. You try to pull it.
First hit allowed by Hamels, and he'll face Freddie Freeman. Freeman was 1 for 5 yesterday. A double and an RBI. In fact, a couple RBIs and a ball hit down the line. I asked his hitting coach Greg Walker today because he has a pretty good view right behind the Braves on deck circle. He has a pretty good view of that line, and he said, well, obviously I'm biased, but I thought it was a fair ball. And look at all the replays again today. It did look like it was a fair ball.
We sure did last night think it was a fair ball.
2-0 the count to Freeman.
This guy uses the whole field really well too. He's not easy to defense. You almost have to cheat a little bit towards left center with him off a left-hander, because he'll hit the ball that way. And see, that's where John Mayberry is playing him.
Two balls and 2 strikes the count to Freeman. Outside 3-2. There's Greg Walker. First year as the Braves hitting coach. He's done a nice job with a lot of these kids. I mean, you consider Freddie Freeman, who had a good year last year, but he's turned himself into a very good hitter in his second year. Swing and a miss. And Cole Hamels just got it with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 out here in the second.
He challenged him. Freeman is a good hitter. They're not going to run here 3-2 down by 3 runs. See how short his swing is and how quick it is? And he just beat him, did Cole Hamels. That's why he's such a good hitter, though, when you watch that swing and how long he waits.
Well, he's retired. Here's Brian McCann. McCann 240 with 18 home runs, 57 runs batted in. The key to slowing up the Braves, if you're the Phillies, is probably slowing this guy up. 9 for his last 21 with 10 RBIs in his last 5 games here at Citizens Bank Park. As Jones leads off first. Ground ball toward first, a foul ball, and it's 0-2. Last night, Brian McCann was 2 for 4 with an RBI. He said he won't play tomorrow. That's because Tim Hudson's on the mound, and David Ross has kind of become Hudson's personal catcher. 0-2 pitch.
Eric Kratz learning how to work with these veteran pitchers too, who throw so many different pitches, and they want to work fast, and they don't want to spend a whole lot of time shaking them off.
Hit hard towards second. That should be 2. In fact, it should be an easy double play once Rollins digs it out of the dirt. 4-6-3 double play.
Probably couldn't get it out.
Yeah, and Rollins did a good job waiting, and following the ball right into his glove.
He couldn't get out of his breadbasket here. Watch. He's got it. And now here it comes. What a play by Jimmy Rollins.
Don't turn it. Throw it to first.
Well, you know that voice anywhere. That's Ryan Howard, who earlier today at Ridley Park was helping out some youngsters who were part of Little League's Challenger division. And you see Ryan all smiles. He did a tremendous job. Tonight at 10, Comcast Sportsnet will have a full feature on Ryan's efforts. And more importantly than his presence was teaching these special kids about their love of baseball and his love of baseball. Tonight on Sports Night following our Phillies coverage. I tell you, Ryan, when he's out there with kids, in fact, his son was in the park today. You can see the smile on his face. He loves doing that kind of stuff. And, you know, just talking to his family the night he was doing that fundraiser at Morton's, the Celebrity Waiters event that his teammates were part of. That was one thing that his mom and dad instilled in them, is to be able to give back not only their time, but also their services. And everybody in his family has taken that on their shoulders.
He sure looked like he was having a good time.
He was. Little League Baseball's Challenger division has been one of the best things that they've incorporated into their system over the last handful of years. Just really incredible. The count is 2-2 to Nate Scherholz. Scherholz 1 for 4 last night with a double. 253 overall with 6 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Rips that one foul.
Haven't seen much of him have the throw in the outfield yet, but they were doing cutoffs and relays today. As you mentioned, Tom, they did some drills. He can really throw. Now, last night he made a mistake on a ball he thought he caught, and he overran it then after that, allowed a run to score. But he will throw some people out at the plate and on the bases if they run on him.
Opposite way, a base hit. Scherholz is aboard with a leadoff single. Phillies are certainly getting some different swings against Mike Minor tonight compared to the last outing.
They're looking away a little bit, it looks like. The left-handed hitters are. The right-handed hitters may be looking in. And he's falling in a little bit of the same pattern he did against them last time, only this time they're handling him. Last time he dominated them, struck out 9.
Struck out 9 over 8 innings, allowed only 4 hits. It was just a 2-1 win by the Braves, but it was still a win. Kevin Franzen has hit it 5 straight. His average at .310 with a home run and 2 RBIs.
Chase Utley hit a home run off Minor in that game for the Phillies' only run.
Little looper. Prado, the second baseman, makes the pitch.
Best pitch to these right-handed hitters has been that changeup. He's got 3 outs on changeups now to right-handed hitters.
Franzen a little upset with himself.
He was trying to, you could tell his approach was good. He was thinking about trying to hit a ball to right field with that hole open on the right side like that, but he got fooled on the changeup.
Hamels takes a look at Juan Samuel with Scherholz over at first. They may have him sacrifice him up to second or attempt to.
Yeah, with a left-left combination.
And he bunts it. And Minor thought about second, instead does go to first. There was a moment there I thought maybe he did bunt it too hard. But the putout goes 1-4.
Well, that's what the pitcher's thinking too. Minor, that ball's bunted hard right at me. They're going to tell me to throw to second. You figure McCann didn't, though. McCann tells him to go to first. He takes a look. It would be a very, very tough play if he'd have thrown to second. Scherholz got a good jump off first base. He read that thing very well, considering it was in the air for a while.
If he had gone to second, I don't think he would have gotten him, and then he would have gotten to Hamels at first.
No, because Hamels is going to run the ball out.
Rollins doubled his last time up. Chipper is over toward the line a little bit more this time.
It's another reason why they want to bunt there with the left, even though there's 1 out. They're going to take a chance on a 2-out run here from Jimmy Rollins. And there's Jones over towards the line. Jimmy beat him down there the first inning.
1 ball, 1 strike the count. A curveball inside and low. opposite way, and here comes Jason Hayward. So the Phils do threaten in this inning, but they do not score. They leave one in scoring position. We've played our first two. On to the third with the Phillies up 3-0. Due up for the Braves, Reed Johnson, Paul Janisch, and Mike Minor. So far, Cole Hamels has allowed just one hit. And joining us for the dugout is Phillies first base coach Sam Perlazzo. Sam, I told you before that Sarge was discussing how easy a job you have as a first base coach. Did you talk to him about that at all? Did you guys work that out?
I don't know if we worked it out, but we discussed it.
He came back up and he said, you know, Sam said that told me about some of the things he has to do. He's got a lot going on.
I try to, I'll tell you that.
He was talking about your iPad and how you're looking at all the pictures just to make sure that guys have the right jumps and things like that when they get on the base paths.
When Sarge coached first, he just picked up helmets.
Yeah.
Well, I don't pick them up. If they throw them down, they're going to have to. Someone else is going to come out and get it.
That's exactly right. Well, we do appreciate you joining us as Reed Johnson leads this off. I know a lot of extra work today, which is something we've seen these last couple weeks prior to batting practice for the team coming out.
Well, you know what, we've done that a lot in the past, where we schedule it actually in spring training, where we take infield twice a month and do some PFPs, and you know, it might have been weather. Every time we seem to have it early in the season, we've had some bad weather, but you know, we did some cutoffs and relays, which is good because we got Dom up here and Nate's new to our club, and it's good to review all that stuff. And you know, that outfielders get a chance to throw from the outfield to home plate, which they don't get that often. So it's a good refresher and something we should do all the time.
Here's Paul Janisch, who takes high.
Can I ask you something that we were talking about down the room today? It happened with Arizona on Sunday.
Be careful, Wheels.
Well, now. No. I'm not going to go where Kopenbarger went. You see those things going. The coach's responsibility. The guys in right field. The winning runs at third. Are the coaches supposed to get up and wave the guy in? Is the guy supposed to know it himself? Is it a combination of things? Because that was something you think just shouldn't happen.
Well, actually, everybody should know it. You know, I think if that would happen for us, we'd all take the blame for that. You know, I was at first base and I was looking out, and I thought maybe I had the outs wrong. You know, but you try not to get in the other head of the manager. You know, we don't know everything, and he might have had something else in his mind. But you know, if that was us, you know, one of us should say something. You know, our outfield's not in, and we need to get him in.
But it turned out to be to the advantage of the Phils. Ryan Howard had the base hit that won it with Juan Pierre scoring. Sam, talk about Ryan a little bit. I mean, I know that we've watched him. He's been struggling a little bit offensively. Talk a little bit about how he's been doing defensively coming back from the injury.
Not bad. I know that, you know, there was some talk about the throw that he made the other night, but I think that's when you miss that bat, it's obvious that the ball didn't come out of your hands. It slipped out of his hands, and I knew that. I think we can look back at the past several years and talk about all the good throws he's made to second base and how much improvement he's made there. You know, I think he's still working on that Achilles. You know, he's obviously not moving like he has prior to that. And I looked at the board today. was like 80 at bats. I think that's what they usually come out of spring training. So he's had a lot on his plate. And, you know, the way the ball club's been going, you know, trying to put that extra pressure on top of him to carry the team. So, you know, he's had a lot, and I think he's doing okay, and I think he's going to get better as we go.
Well, the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mike Minor with 2 outs here at the top of the 3rd. All right, Sam, we're going to let you go because we're at 2 strikes and 2 outs, but we do appreciate it. We wish we had a little longer with you tonight.
Anytime, guys.
All right, well, there you go. A called strike 3 right on cue. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves here at the top of the 3rd. All right, thanks to Sam Perlazzo for joining us here at the top of the 3rd inning. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Phillies up 3-0. And we've seen some curveballs from Cole Hamels so far tonight. And that one was in a very good spot. I'm going to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Wheels, here you go. On December 10th, 1985, while you were getting ready for Christmas, the Braves traded Milt Thompson and Steve Bedrosian to the Phillies for which 2 players? The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning. Got an idea on that one?
Not right now.
All right. It'll come to you. Home half of the 3rd, Phillies up 3-0. Good trade for the Phillies, as it turns out. Dominic Brown will lead it off. And he takes a strike. Dominic had an RBI double his first time up. Fouls it away, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Braves come into this ball game 3 games back behind the Washington Nationals. Nationals won yesterday. They got out of a bases loaded jam late in their game against the Astros and hung on and won that game. So they'll be hosting Houston again tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Dominic Brown, or they'll be in Houston tonight. Outside, 2-2.
Yeah, they took advantage of Houston not being a real good team right now. They've made reading their game story, they evidently made a ton of mistakes in that game. Blew leads, and then the Astros just made a horrible play on a bunt in extra innings, and they won the game. And that's another reason why they're having a real good year, because you have to have those kind of games to do what they're doing right now and what the Phillies have done for a number of years.
Outside, 3-2.
Another deep count.
Wild card standings. Atlanta and Pittsburgh, if the season ended today, would be the 2 wild card representatives. St. Louis, Los Angeles, Arizona still within reach. 3-2 pitch to Brown. Inside, ball 4. Dominic Brown worked a pretty good at bat there. And the leadoff walk gives the Phils a base runner. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Ford. Visit your Quality Plus Ford store today. Go further with 3 vehicles that get 40 miles per gallon. By McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, any size soft drink or sweet tea is $1. And by Thomas Jefferson University Hospital. Call 1-800-JEFF now for an appointment.
So we could duplicate that sunset we had last night, but pretty night here again.
Just so you know, Wheels, Murph has it stored in his camera.
He had a great view.
Over to second base, a slowly hit ground ball. Prado gets one, and that's all they'll get. 4-6 on the putout.
Chase Utley went up there with a game plan. He doesn't swing at the first pitch very often. And in that case, he was looking for something in an area, but he got jammed or jammed himself. Brian Howard, they kept pitching him away with breaking balls. That was a slider from Minor. He did not get it far enough away, and that baby took a long ride.
38th career home run against the Braves. He's first among active players in that category.
Well, that's a Ryan Howard type of home run too, when he hits it out into that area. Charlie's talked about him for years, that he's an alleys to alleys hitter, and he can hit the ball out of the ballpark anywhere in those areas.
Inside corner with a fastball, and it's 0-1.
And he decided to come inside that time after so many pitches away in his last at bat.
Phil's up 3-0 thanks to an RBI double by Dominic Brown and the 2-run home run by Howard in the first. Utley leads off first. Almost went to the same spot. It may have been up a little bit more compared to the home run.
Yeah, it's a little more effective too when you throw a pitch inside too. You get him off the plate a little bit, then you go back out there and you open some room up. Now they've shown him both, so we'll see where they go.
Boy, Minor really hung his leg up there on that delivery to kind of freeze Utley at first. Minor is a former #1 pick. In fact, he was the 7th pick overall in 2009. He is from Chapel Hill, Tennessee.
Not North Carolina.
Nope. You see there, he hung the leg again, and this time went over to first.
Chipper Jones playing shortstop now as they have the overshift on. They can't play the second baseman Prado in the outfield because there's a runner at first base.
And a call, strike 3.
He thought that looped the plate.
I thought it was high too, but Jeff Kellogg thought otherwise. Jeff Kellogg is the crew chief, as we mentioned before. Marty Foster's at first. Tim Timmons at second. Eric Cooper at third.
Pitch is inside and high. That's not a strike.
Nah.
Brian Howard is absolutely correct.
That is a tough pitch to call on a left-handed hitter.
2 strikes. Really difficult to call when you ring a guy up on that thing.
John Mayberry struck out his first time up. Hits that one hard, but Chipper Jones was angled over toward the line. Phillies do get another base runner, but they leave one. So they've left 2 over the first 3, but they've scored 3. End of 3, the Phillies 3, and the Braves nothing. WB Mason, for the brands you want at prices you'll love, like quality office chairs from Hahn. Delivered and assembled by who but WB Mason. Top of the order is due up for the Braves. Third of the way through this one. The Phillies up 3-0. Thanks to a little offense in the first. So Cole Hamels, who was able to get Michael Bourne to pop out to Eric Kratz his first time up, has the signs and is ready to go. Bourne takes a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Bourne is 6 for 22 against Hamels in his career. Wheels mentioned before, Sarge, about how Eric Kratz is catching a lot of these guys consistently for the first time, and how pace is so important. The pace of the pitcher. And I talked to Eric about that the other day when he was getting ready to catch Doc, and he mentioned that these guys like to work with a pretty good rhythm, and that's part of what his responsibility is to get them into that rhythm.
Yeah, not only that too, Tom, which is very, very important. He catches the ball very soft. I mean, he doesn't catch the ball, move the glove around a lot. See how he's just nice and easy as he just catches that ball. You get strikes called a little bit easier when you're doing it that way, as opposed to trying to move it in for a strike.
3-2 pitch to Bourne. Hit the opposite way. That's pretty well hit. Brown on the run back toward the track. He's there for the catch. And 1 away. 6 in a row retired by Cole Hamels. Martin Prado's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph, where are you?
Well, I'm way up top here in section 304. And T-Mac, I know it takes you about 40 minutes to get to the ballpark, but the group I am with, it took them about 30 hours in the air from all the way from Australia, welcoming the Australian under-13 national team who's going to be playing in the Cal Ripken World Series down in Aberdeen, just coming up in this weekend. Bob Nilsson is their head coach, and quite a thrill for you guys. This is your 12th year back in the U.S. to play in the Cal Ripken World Series, is it not?
Yeah, it is for me. I'm obviously not the boys, but it is just every year you come back, it's just a real eye-opener. I bring a different group every year, and that in itself is a thrill. To see every year a new bunch of kids, the way they see it, like, look at them now, I love it.
They're so excited to be here in town. They just asked me, hey, will this be on the MLB network at any point? Because that's how they are able to keep up with the game, obviously, down in Australia. It's an amazing experience, but it's also some great baseball. And we were just talking about some of the teams that, year in and year out do so well in the Cal Ripken World Series. Talk a little bit about that, Bob.
Yeah, well, Mexico, for a lot of years in our international division, because we have an international and American division, have dominated our side of the competition until maybe 2 years ago when Japan really stepped it up and notch and started sending over some really good players. As for the Americans, well, I don't really know many of the states, but Hawaii's always, they won it a couple of times since I've been here, and they always go really well. So it's the thing that amazes me is 13-year-old boys, the way they play the game. And by the end of the tournament, some of the baseball we see, you almost feel like you're at a big league game watching the whole thing. So.
No doubt about it. Cole Hamels notches another strikeout on Prada there. It'll be a thrill. And, I guess it's not, obviously you guys would love to win it, but really I guess it's more about giving these guys a chance to see what it's all about. And an amazing stat, we talked about this too, 30% of the kids that go through your program, this all-star program in Australia, sign pro contracts. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky like that. I think the boys get over here at an early age to get to see it, and they go back to Australia and they get a real buzz about baseball, and that really inspires them to want to take it to the next level. So we're finding that they're coming back from this a lot more mature because they spend time with great families over here. They really look after them. Plus, you live and breathe baseball, and in Australia it's football and other sports, but there's nothing like being at a ballpark like this and being with the boys and see the way they really grow with the game. And I think that's a big reason why that we have the last 4 or 5 years a lot of boys signing now.
Well, it is a terrific experience indeed. On behalf of all the folks in Philadelphia, we wish you guys the best of luck. Guys, say goodbye. Tell Philadelphia side good luck to the guys. T-Mac will send it back to you.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. And that ball is hit foul by Jason Hayward with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Cole Hamels got the first 2 outs pretty easy. The Cal Ripken World Series is taking place down in Aberdeen, not too far. And it's right off 95 South once you get into Maryland.
What a great program, though, for the young kids to be able to play in. They also have winter ball over there. Junior actually played in Australia. I actually had to make him go that particular year, and it actually helped him to help with his switch hitting. But this gives the kids here in the States an indication that you're really competing almost all over the world, and to be able to come here to play is just a dream come true. And I could see why they'd have inspiration for sure to try to play Major League Baseball.
Well, which is one of the reasons why baseball should be in the Olympics. It's not right now, but it should be, because it is an international game. And during my time, I've met a number of players from Australia who have been very successful. Shane Bennett, Brett Cedarblad, two really good pitchers. And, of course, the Braves had Peter Moylan for a number of years, who's trying to make a comeback and coming back from injury. So we'll see. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves on to the bottom of the fourth. Pretty nice job by Cole Hamels. He's Dodge.com or your local dealer today. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. And by Toyota, every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. Eric Kratz leads it off here in the bottom of the fourth. Jewish Heritage Night here at the ballpark. Nice crowd on hand. Phillies sellout streak ended yesterday at 257 consecutive regular season games. Pretty good chance to start another streak tonight. Good crowd. Kratz grounded out his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. He grounded out to first. Tonight's events are sponsored by the Jewish Federation of Philadelphia. And as the pitch is inside, it's 2-1. Chipper Jones shaded over toward the line. They play Kratz to pull on the infield. Strangely, though, Bourne's playing him to go the other way in the outfield, which gives Eric a pretty good gap in left center. Is that, Sarge, you think, because of the way Minor's planning on pitching him?
Well, I don't. Well, I can't say that. I just know that Kratz, though, is more of a pull hitter for me. But scouting reports might prove that he hits that ball the other way.
Oh, there you go. He just pulled one down the left field line. He's going to get another extra base hit. The man is an extra base hit machine. It's his 9th since being brought back up from the minor leagues.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't fall down in left field, because their center fielder never moved an inch when that ball was hit. And Michael Bourne, take a look at it as he gets those hands through, clearing his hips. That's the way you hit that inside pitch there. Automatic double once you get to second. And he's safe at second, by the way.
Yes, he is, Sarge. I know you have withdrawal.
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of taking away my thunder there with that safe and secure. But, you know, I'll let him get away with that every now and then.
First pitch to Sherholtz is taken for a strike. It's 0-1.
You know, once you get to it, though, it just kind of flows out, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Once he gets a second or even the third, you just automatically kind of rolls through your head.
It's probably getting to the point where you're watching even a game other than the Phillies and you see some guy pulling into second and you're sitting in your apartment and you're saying to yourself, he's safe and secure. He's safe and secure with New York Life.
Oh, boy.
1 ball, 1 strike to count to Sherholtz. A little high with that curve. It's 2-1.
Gotta like the way he stays in there on the left-handers. Well, again, this player here in Sherholtz, he's trying to prove that he can play every day. I think all the outfielders realize what a great chance they have to be able to become a starter.
At the knees, it's 2-2. He had a base hit his last time up. This year, even though the Giants don't play the East that often, he's hitting .325 against National League East teams. Two balls, 2 strikes the count to Sherholtz. That's out of play. Kratz goes back to second. This has been an odd stretch for the Phillies against the Braves. We mentioned they've lost 7 straight.
Yeah.
It's the longest losing streak against Atlanta since 1997. That was a 9-game losing streak, which stretched from August of '96 to July of '97. The appeal, no swing, so 3-2. Prior to that, though, prior to losing 7 straight to the Braves, the Phillies had won 8 straight and were 46-29 against Atlanta since 2008.
Well, there's that inconsistency for sure this year. Atlanta Braves has the Fighting Phils number.
Swing and a miss. He went after him with a curveball. And there's one away. Well, during the 7-game losing streak, the Phillies have hit just 198. The 11 runs does not include the runs they've scored tonight. So they were averaging 1.5 runs per game in those 7 losses.
And the biggest stat on there, those errors.
Yeah, it's a lot of errors.
A lot of errors to have. And on the other hand, the Braves have none.
Well, the Braves bullpen just hasn't allowed anything during the losing streak. Kevin Franzen is 0 for 1. He popped out his first time up on a changeup. Gets a fastball here, and it's 1-0.
Kratz, not a big lead at second base. To be able to score, it's all in that secondary league when you're bouncing off, getting a good jump.
Someone sent me an email asking if you could explain a secondary lead, Sarge.
Well, that's very simple. I mean, you're taking your regular lead almost usually as long as you can see that second baseman. And then the secondary lead becomes once that ball is started toward home plate, you're taking a few crow hops toward that opposite base.
Fly ball center field. That's pretty well hit. Bourne turned around, reaches up, makes the catch as he slams into the wall. Kratz is going to go to third, and he'll get there sliding. Wow. That was a really good play by Michael Bourne because he got turned every which way.
Yeah, he did. He got back there. I didn't know if that ball had hit off that wall and he ended up catching it, but be able to get back, that's what that speed will do for you. You can have a mistake, and then you can outrun it. Take a look at it as he goes back, holds on to it, snow cone like. Take a look at it. Soft hands you got to have to be able to make a play like that. Giving up his body there against that wall. Take a look at it again. Eyes right on the ball. Soft hands. Made a good play out of it, because if he drops it, that's surely going to be a run.
Well, now Hamels with the runner at third, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Again, you can see how important it is to be able to move runners with nobody out. That would have been a sacrifice fly if it goes the same way. Those guys that got to score runs to make their living, boy, they'll tell you, got to get me over some kind of way, and not just for the individual, but also for the team.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hamels on the Toyota Major League scoreboard. Miami's taking a 1-0 lead over the Mets. Carlos Lee, an RBI. Jose Reyes has extended his hitting streak to 25 games for the Marlins. Fastball, and Hamels is struck out for the last out here in the 4th. Phillies leave 1 over 3rd. We go to the 5th inning. Michael Bourne just saved a run for Atlanta. Celebrity softball game taking place prior to the game. Get your tickets at Phillies.com. Kyle Kendrick will be on the mound for the Phillies. He pitches well against the Braves traditionally, and he'll be opposed by right-hander Tim Hudson. Again, Phillies.com is where you can get your tickets 24/7. Now, this is a heck of a catch from Michael Bourne.
Yeah, soft hands. He got back, read the ball, and, you know, he just continued to keep his eyes on it as he gets high fives from everybody. They know how important that is.
Rowlands right around the second base bag, throws out Chipper Jones. 1 away.
Didn't rush it. Smart play. Knew he had a lot of time there with Chipper running.
Freddie Freeman struck out his first time up. Will that stay in the yard? Kratz is going to give it a look and runs out of room. Ball hit in the 3rd row and then squirted down to the 1st row.
Yeah, when they're that high, that's why Kratz is getting over. He knows that ball will spin right back toward him. Yeah, usually all catchers, they'll throw that mask away. Better view, but more importantly, they don't want to step on that mask.
Ball's topped foul off to the right.
Yeah, good changeup. They throw it to lefties, righties. Well, that's been actually something new. Left-handers didn't used to throw a lot of changeup to their counterparts, left-handed hitters. It's usually mostly for the right-handed hitter. More curveballs to the left-hander.
Well, that time he went back with a fastball. But you are right. You don't often see the changeup from the lefty to the lefty. Because a lot of times you're afraid of what, Sarge?
That ball coming closer in to you. You know, it goes away from the right-hander, and that pitch will come in there soft and down to the lefties.
There's a curveball. He's thrown more curveballs tonight than he did in his last outing.
Most left-handers are notorious for low ball hitting.
Back with another changeup. Kind of tucked that one inside a little bit more.
Doing a good job of protecting the plate. Take a look at this inside pitch there.
All right, he's tried a curveball and a couple of changeups. Let's see what he does here with the count 1-2. Ground ball right back to the box. He went in with a cutter. Oh boy, the toss wasn't pretty. And Ryan Howard was able to make the play for the second out.
And he says, my bad on that. That's a good pitch, though. I mean, jammed him right inside with a fastball after those changeups. As a hitter, you're seeing on the changeups, hey, let me wait back. And that's when he gets the fastball. And excellent pitch there by Hamill, setting him up. Now watch this pitch right on his hands. Almost impossible after all those changeups. Just waited way too long.
Who waited way too long? The hitter or
the hitter
to throw it?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's throwing it over to first. He never waits. He just kind of tosses it over there.
Opposite way. And that is a fair ball. One hop off the wall. The throw by Dominic Brown to second. They got a chance, and they got him at second base. That's a heck of a throw from Dominic Brown to now Brian McCann. He knew exactly who was running, and he threw a strike just off to the right a little bit, and Chase Utley calmly applied the tag. Well, the key was getting to the ball cleanly, and that's what Dominic Brown did. His body was in great position to make the throw, and then Chase Utley took care of the rest to wrap up the fifth. Sarge, take us through this play.
Well, check it out as it hits that wall. He plays the carom the way he should, but take a look at just how he just gets the ball in motion. That's exactly what you're trying to do. Utley puts the tag on him. What a good play there by, I'm telling you, Brown being able to get that ball, throwing it all the way, too, in the air. Now, here's the ricochet I'm talking about is he gets that lucky bunt, the bounce, but he just throws it in one motion. Had the right guy running as he guns him out at second base.
I was impressed with the way he had his body in perfect position once he fielded it to limit the amount of time to get rid of the throw.
And that was key to actually throwing McCann out there at second base.
Rollins takes outside. It's 3-0 to start the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, that's one of the things. I mean, he has it in him to be a good outfielder. The key is you're going to have to work at it where it becomes easy for you.
Well, he's due up after Rollins here in the bottom of the 5th. Up high, ball 4. Rollins is aboard. Get ready for a new era of Eagles football. Thursday night, get highlights, analysis, and interviews from the Eagles' first preseason game against the Steelers. Watch Birds of Summer Thursday night at 10:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Eagles will play the Steelers during the regular season this year. Dominic Brown has been on base twice tonight, an RBI double in the first. He's also scored a run. He walked in the third. And a slide step on the first pitch. It's 1-0.
Dominic hits fearless. I mean, he stays in there on left-handers. Not bailing on them and pulling off any of the balls. And he did mention that, of course, he needs to stay in there on the left-handers just because of that breaking pitch. Well, you pull off that breaking pitch at all, you're going to run out of bats. Probably not even touch the ball.
Oh, we got a good swing at that pitch. He's shaking his head because I think he feels like he should have let that one go.
See if this is a little bit high or not.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. He wants it near that belt area. Then he, again, has to think about his balance. You want to make sure you have good balance when you're at the plate. One thing for Dominic, he does have a lot of confidence about his ability to play on this level.
Back toward the middle. Giannis is there, gets second, and that's all they'll get. That was actually a pretty good play. So 1 out. Chase Utley will be the hitter. 6 unassisted at second. Well, the general managers are having a little conference in Ruben Amaro Jr.'s booth. Paul Holmgren, the general manager of the Philadelphia Flyers, had a chance to watch a little batting practice here today. Getting a chance to watch the game with Ruben Amaro. Jill's bringing up some crab fries and some dinner.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. With 1 out, Chase Utley 0 for 2.
Well, both general managers have something in common. They all want good players. And you want those players too. I mean, have the respect of the game. When you get players that care, it just makes it easier for you to win. Meaning that they got to have pride. You love that about players. The more pride you have, the easier it is to give that 100%. Don't know who he's talking to.
I think he's talking to McCann. I don't think he was talking to Jeff Kellogg. Outside 2-0. Now
Chase will go up there and look for a ball in a certain spot. Yeah, just not up there swinging to be swinging.
Well, he was up there swinging there. That ball is hit high in the air to right field. Hayward backpedals on it. Boy, he just missed getting that one.
Yeah, just barely not getting ready on that pitch. Had the bat kind of going back. Talked with him about that a little bit. See there, and he was just getting back. Now you got to rush toward the ball. He hit it off the end of the bat a little bit. Had a good swing on it. Took a good look at it. That 2-0 pitch are the pitches, though, that you don't want to miss. Those are the ones you want to square up.
Ryan Howard's up with 2 outs. Howard homered his first time up. Struck out on a really tough pitch his first time up. Or last time up, I should say.
No, it's real simple. When he's hitting the ball well, he gets the benefit of the doubt. When he's not, he usually doesn't. From the umpire's standpoint.
Fouls it away. It's 1-1. You saw the alignment of the defense. Hit it right over that defense his first time up. Crushed it.
Well, again, he's so strong as a hitter and can hit the ball out any part of the field. Straight away center. Left field.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, an update from Houston where the Astros have jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Ben Francisco, that is, a 2-run home run. Started the year in Toronto, now with the Houston Astros. He's waiting, he's waiting, he's waiting. Can't go, all the pitches being thrown. Inside corner, 2-2.
Yeah, he hasn't been pulling the trigger on that ball that's on the inside. Well, again, when you haven't had that spring training, that's what's going to happen.
Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Second time that Howard struck out, so that youngster can go down to his seats now as we wrap up the bottom of the 5th inning. He's heading all the way down, not only to his seats, but he might be looking for a souvenir. That's exactly what his tact was. We go to the 6th with the Phillies on top by 3. Taking advantage of every opportunity given to them. The Phillies catchers this season have been taking a beating. While they're on the disabled list, Eric Kraft stepped up from the Iron Pigs and is delivering in all areas. His bat has been consistent and full of extra base hits. His defense behind the plate has been strong and has kept the Phillies without a void in their battery. The 32-year-old born in Telford, Pennsylvania, is putting on a show. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Changing the game. On to the top of the 6th inning. Eric Kraft's doing the catching tonight. He takes a change up as Reed Johnson waves at it. All right, the little guy finally got a ball, Sarge. Look, Sam Perlazo heard his pleas. He heard him because I don't know if there's any way you couldn't hear him.
Oh, how
he
happy.
Is excited.
I finally got it.
Persistent, Sarge.
Yep.
Reed Johnson lined out his first time up, and now he bunts. Foul. And it's 0-2. Reed Johnson was just picked up before the trade deadline from the Chicago Cubs. The Braves picked up Johnson and Paul Maholm. Not a bad pickup for Atlanta.
Well, he can play multiple positions, outfield, infield, usually a solid hitter at the plate in terms of the right-handers. He's the type of player, you call these guys kind of like gamers. Just whatever it takes there, he's trying to win that ball game for you.
0-2 pitch from Hamels. A chopper left of the mound. Hamels, nice play, sets himself, fires, one away. Talk about throwing a strike at your first baseman.
Well, he looked at right in his glove there and took his time. Didn't panic at all. That's what those 3 runs will do for you.
Shortstop Paul Yanish.
He's a good athlete. Seen him before. I mean, he comes over, look at that. Catches it softly, looks it in the glove, and he knows he has plenty of time because he's got plenty to throw with.
Yanish flied out to center his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. Up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Should be an easy play. Mayberry's coming in. And there are 2 outs. So 2 outs here in the 6th on 70 pitches from Hamels. And Mike Minor is due up, and he will bat. St. Louis Cardinals will be here this weekend. Sarge, it's Alumni Weekend here at the ballpark. Friday, August 10th at 7:05, it's Toyota Wall of Fame night. Saturday, the 11th, is Toyota Alumni night. Sunday, the 12th, Baseball Tomorrow Fund and the Phillies baseball and softball equipment collection, which will benefit Pitching for Baseball. Get your tickets by going to Phillies.com. Boy, this is going to turn out to be an easy inning for Hamels. 1, 2, 3, go the Braves. Hamels has allowed 1 hit over the last 4 innings. We've played 5.5. We go to the bottom of the 6th on Jewish Heritage Night here at the ballpark, the Hora. And the Fanatic, well, obviously enjoying. Visit ChevyDealer.com. Buy AT&T. Rethink possible. And buy WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. Last of the 6th inning, 3-0 Phillies. Tonight has been Ryan Howard's 2-run home run and all Cole Hamels. Boy, he has been good tonight.
Boy.
All right, so Sam tossed him the ball, right?
Yeah.
We know that. So after you get the ball, you're elated. Then you go up to Mike Miller, and then you can see that it's captured forever.
Look at his face. He can't believe it. He said, yeah, you were on television.
What a night. Mike Miller just spreading sunshine for everybody. So.
Oh, boy.
John Mayberry will lead it off for the Phillies against Mike Meyer. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Phillies with 3 runs on 5 hits through 5. Mayberry has struck out. He's grounded out. Fly ball center field. Michael Bourne is out there. With 1 away, Eric Kratz is due up. Murph has found his way down from section 303, and it's time for the Major League Notebook. Murph, take it away.
All right, brought to you by Gwinnett Mercy College, T-Mac, and it appears to be official. The San Diego Padres have been sold. A group including former Dodger owner Peter O'Malley and Golf Hall of Famer Phil Mickelson have agreed to terms. Now they just need approval from the rest of the league, and that appears to be coming shortly. And a pair of Blue Jay right-handers are scheduled to have surgery on Tuesday of next week. Drew Hutchison and Dustin McGowan are both going to have surgery. Hutchison will have Tommy John, McGowan on his shoulder, his 3rd shoulder surgery since being in the league, and just part of a very banged-up rotation for those Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, I'll tell you, McGowan has such a live arm. Sarge, you saw him when you were, when you were there. He had a live arm, and he can't stay healthy.
No, and that's what happens with a lot of different players that are in the league, whether or not they're pitchers or whether or not everyday players. You got to be able to stay healthy to let that ability come out.
Well, Eric Kratz just destroyed a bat to pick up his 2nd hit.
I hit it off the end a little bit, but finding some holes, that's what you like.
Nate Scherholtz is the hitter. He's 1 for 2. Change up for strike, 0-1. Actually may have been a curveball. 77 miles an hour would usually be a curveball. Line drive, base hit for Scherholtz. It's his 2nd hit of the night. So back-to-back singles now for the Phils in the bottom of the order.
Staying right up the middle. Good things happen when you stay up the middle. Ball doesn't have to be hit hard to trickle up the middle. Hit that base, you can get a base hit. You know, that one tournament, though, Cal Ripken, gives a lot of kids aspirations to be able to play into the major leagues there. I mean, it's a good tournament, and kids look forward to really playing in them. I really wish they had those kind of tournaments when I was coming up. I mean, we had American Legion, and that was about it.
Well, one of the great things about Cal Ripken is that it is, if I understand it properly, because I've seen my boys play in certain tournaments that are Cal Ripken kind of tournaments, 50-70 dimensions, a little bigger than a traditional field for guys that age. You can lead.
That's great.
Whereas in Little League you can't lead. You can lead. You hold runners on, that type of stuff.
Yeah, more major league-like, if you will.
Yeah, it's sort of bridging the transition to American Legion or high school or things like that. 0-1 the count to Kevin Franzen. And as we mentioned, the Cal Ripken facility is right down 95 in Aberdeen, Maryland. A strike to Franzen. It's 0-2. In fact, you can see the single-A ballpark that Cal owns off to the right. There's a hotel there. And then once you get off the exit, you can see the fields that these kids are playing in.
Be big to be able to get another 1 or 2 runs here.
A ball, 2 strikes the count. Be nice to get another run here. Not that Cole can't do it, but just with Cole on deck.
Well, and I tell you, when you have your number ones out there, you have a 3-0 lead. You just almost expect for them to shut them down. And that's what your number ones will do for you too, by the way. In one of those losing spells and haven't won a game in a number of games against the Atlanta Braves, you get a lead, you're number one. You know, back in the day, Steve Carlton would be looking up there, and you can let the rest of the bullpen have the night off. He's going to go to work.
had one of those nights the other night with Doc, although he was lifted after 7. It turned out to be a pretty easy night. Tonight, Hamels is through 6. Phillies looking for some more runs. Franzen fouls it away. Got to be on your toes, Sarge.
Yeah. Fouled straight back.
Oh, nice catch.
Oh, my.
That's right. Show it off.
And that's what you're supposed to do there. Without a doubt, Tom, when that ball comes, you want to go on and one-hand it, show it around. Yeah, you're on. Well, you made a good catch. I mean, I remember Wills in there and the ball coming in. He actually ducked underneath the table, not wanting to get hurt.
Giannis goes to second for 1. The exchange to first in time to get Franzen. A 6-4-3 double play. And the Phillies are retired here in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. On to the 7th. We'll ask Wheels about that when we return.
Phillies with 3 runs in the first inning, key by Ryan Howard. Long home run left center field. 38th career home run against the Atlanta Braves. His 5th of the year, and hadn't hit one in a while.
Oh, he's going to be tested here with Bourne, and the flip to Utley, safe at first base. And Utley just didn't get to the bag, but that was a heads-up play by Chase because he's the only one that could have made it.
Yep.
And that'll be a bunt single for Michael Bourne.
Great job bunting by Michael Bourne to get on base down by 3 runs. And you say this is a heck of a heads-up play. Hamels can't get there. Chase Utley tries to hit the bag with his toe as he goes by, but he's got to avoid the collision here from Michael Bourne. See, he's watching him. He doesn't know where the bag is because he's trying to get out of the way, and that makes a lot of sense because he would have gotten run over big time by a guy coming that fast at him.
So a leadoff batter aboard for the Braves. It's the first time they've had the leadoff hitter aboard since the 2nd. When Chipper Jones singled, but he was erased on a double play. Prado's 0 for 2. Michael Bourne is 21 of 23 against the Phillies stealing bases. There's a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 the count.
He's one of those guys Charlie used to kid around about that, you know, you could tell he was going and you couldn't throw him out, especially when he was with Houston. And with Hamels, 3 or 4 times when he was with the Astros, he would just go, Hamels would throw over, and then they wouldn't get him at second.
Up. Ryan Howard might have a play on this one. Over toward the railing, makes the catch. That's a good pitch and a good out.
think he's had a really good fastball and cutter here tonight. He seems like he's gotten a lot of outs on fastballs.
These lucky fans of tonight's Citizens 7. They will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com.
Think about Cole with his changeup, and it's so good. But every good major league pitcher works off his fastball.
Last time he faced the Braves, he didn't have command of his fastball or his changeup, which is why he walked those batters.
Yeah, it just seems from early in the game he's been able to command his fastball in and out and his cutter enough that he's been able to use his other stuff, but also get outs on fastballs.
Curveball inside, 2-0 to Hayward. He's thrown that a few times tonight. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled at the plate. It's 2-1.
Boy, Hayward's got to take a pitch there. Especially a pitch that far away. I don't know whether he knows he's going or not. You know, it's not like you have a steal sign you see as a hitter. He's on his own down there as Michael Bourne. He just goes when he thinks he can make it. Sometimes a hitter will hear, you know, he's going, and that'll get his attention to take the pitch. See, Freddie Gonzalez just a little exasperated on that one because he knows with that count, that's a time you can take one. I mean, by the count being 2-0. So what if you get a strike on you there? You got a runner at second now. If it's 1-2 and you think it's a strike, you got to swing. Now they're going to do some throwovers. Get overly concerned with him though, with a guy that can hit the ball out of the ballpark like this guy.
2 balls, 1 strike to count to Hayward. Down the left field line, slicing out of play.
Cole did a really good job that time of quick pitching, using a little bit of a slide step. That's not something that's real comfortable for him, I don't think. But he delivered that ball to home plate in a hurry. Watch what he does. Quick. He doesn't use the big leg kick there, and he got Bourne going back to second after 3 moves over and a quick move home. That's as close to a slide step as you'll see with him.
Got him. But he snuck a cutter on the hands a little bit. Maybe it was just a fastball. 89 miles an hour usually means cutter, but it didn't have a whole lot of movement on it.
Well, that's what I mean about his fastball, and I think this is
that's a fastball.
Yeah, you always like to hear what they say after the games, but watching tonight, he's had an outstanding fastball in and out, which has really set up a lot of outs for him, and he's gotten outs on that pitch where a lot of times he'll use it to set up, get outs on changeups.
Chipper Jones now the hitter, and Jones swings at the first pitch. Hits it to right center field. Playable for Scherholtz. Mayberry's over 2, and Mayberry makes the call and the catch, and Hamels works around the leadoff bunt single by Michael Bourne. Time to stretch here in Philadelphia. The Phils on top of the Braves by 3. All right, Wheels, here you go. On December 10th, 1985, the Braves traded Milt Thompson and Steve Bedrosian to the Phillies for which two players?
Boy.
Is she texting you the answer right now, Wheels? Is she texting you the answer?
I've got a brain cramp on this one. I can't wait to hear the answer. I don't know.
It's a pitcher and a catcher.
Pitcher and a catcher.
Yeah, Cole Hamels will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Catcher, he had some pop. Had a beard, too.
No.
He still does. Or did the last time I saw him.
I don't know. I just don't know. I was going to say Ozzie Virgil.
You would be correct.
It was Ozzie. Came from the Braves, huh?
Fly ball left center field. Bourne out in the alleyway.
And a pitcher, huh?
Yeah.
Right-hander or left-hander?
Right-hander, Wheels. It's not going to help you, I don't think, but it's a right-hander.
I can't think of who it is.
Well, now you'll know.
We got one of them. Oh, Pete Smith. All
Pete
right.
Smith, Wheels.
Yeah. Well, I know who he is, but I would have never guessed that in a million years.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. And thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
Pete Smith didn't do a whole lot here, and Ozzie did. You know, Ozzie played for a while.
Top of the order, Jimmy Rollins is up. He's 1 for 2. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Wheels, for playing the Dodge Stump the Fans. Your consolation prize is a set of candlesticks.
Thanks.
We've run out of the home version.
We really use those.
Outside 2-0 to Rollins. He's walked tonight. Doubled and scored the run of the first.
I don't remember Pete Smith even pitching for the Phillies. That's why I'm looking it up.
I remember him pitching for the Braves.
He didn't pitch for the Phillies. I don't know what happened, but he never pitched for them.
Woo. I don't think I've ever seen Jimmy Rollins do that before.
Said the same thing. He is not a bat thrower.
Nice catch, sir. With your Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs hat on. Took the bounce right off the dugout. Started to feel around for the pie tar.
It's a heck of a play, huh?
1 bounce. He's got it sized up, and yes.
Outstanding play. It's like somebody tossing a propeller at you and you catch it. It was really good.
Jimmy has decided he does not want that bat.
No.
Fly ball down the right field line. This could be a tough play, but Hayward runs well, so he's there. And it was a little deeper than I thought for the second out. 2 away. Dominic Brown is due up. Sunday, when the Phils host the Cards, we've been telling you about this. The Baseball Tomorrow Fund and the Phillies will be collecting new and used baseball and softball equipment, not necessarily that bat, at our gates to benefit Pitchin' for Baseball, an organization that spreads the game of baseball to needy children both in Philadelphia and throughout the world. It is a great program, and you'll be helping out that great program by bringing some of those items to the ballpark. Dominic Brown, a swing and a miss at the first pitch.
A rare swing and a miss by Dominic Brown. That was pretty cool when a fan gets a major league bat. And I know just every once in a while you get a chance to pick one up and think about when you try to play and what kind of bat you use, how long, the weight. And it's a major league player's bat here.
Well, a major league player's bat just flied out to center for the last out here in the 7th. Turns out to be an easy inning for Mike Minor. We've played 7. That gentleman's going home with a nice souvenir. Phillies have a 3-run lead. believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Buy Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. And buy Nissan Summer Saving Days. Event ends September 4th. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Now the Phillies bullpen is quiet right now as we go to the top of the 8th. Freddie Freeman, Brian McCann, Reed Johnson due up against Cole Hamels, who's allowed 3 hits so far through 7. And he delivers a little high, 1 ball and no strikes.
What's really amazing is 80 pitches through 7 innings. That could be some kind of record for Cole Hamels.
Well, part of that is he threw 6 in the 6th and then threw 9 in the 7th.
Now, you would think they would come up in this inning and try to be a little more patient to make something happen. It's not like he's going to get tired.
2-0 the count to Freddie Freeman. Back toward the middle, a base hit. So the 4th hit of the night.
Yeah, that's what they did there. You know, Freeman gets ahead in the count, then he gets a fastball to handle.
And that'll bring Brian McCann to the plate. Well, we want to throw out birthday wishes tonight to Erin Bookholder, who's right there sitting next to her dad. She just jumped. Hi, Erin. Wave to everybody. Come on, Erin. Wave to everybody. And Mike and his daughter Erin are enjoying the game. There you go, Erin. Wave to everybody. Hi, Erin. Happy birthday. Erin's enjoying her birthday today.
Down Dad's office down the right field line there with a good view.
We were actually spying on Mike in between innings to make sure Erin was there. I thought I saw her shirt. And I figured she was around the area, but Mike looked like he was wearing that plant on top of his head.
Well, the guy has to work with grass.
Yeah. Look at that. Mike, move up a little bit, Mike, will you? Seriously, move up a little bit. It's like he's hiding.
The jungle shot.
Oh. 2-0 the count to McCann. There's a strike of the D's. It's 2-1.
The field looks beautiful. Late in the season like this, they had the concert a few weeks ago, and you look out there.
Got 2 more coming up. The 2 Bruce Springsteen shows.
Well, don't remind Mike of that. And it is beautiful out there. Great field.
2-2 the count out of McCann.
You know, I've been around players forever, and they complain about fields, and you rarely hear anybody complain about this layout here, how good it is.
Freeman off first, doesn't have a big lead, and it's 3-2 now to Brian McCann.
Much more patient at bats. The Braves know this is the inning they have to make something happen. And Cole Hamels has just mowed them down out here tonight, and they're a good offensive team.
Chase Utley ventures back on the outfield grass, and he calls everybody off to put it away for out number 1. Well, both of these pitchers tonight, Mike Minor for the Braves and Hamels, have had some good defense tonight. Brought to you by Liberty Mutual.
Yeah, this is some play that Michael Bourne makes on Kevin Franson with the wall coming up, reaches, grabs it, protects himself, and makes the play. And then Michael Bourne in Dominic Brown in right field, heck of a play there, plays the ball perfectly, one hop. Brian McCann, well, I don't know if he knew he could throw like that. One thing you know is McCann can't run, so they got him.
Yeah, the technique was perfect for Dominic Brown. Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy? Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Cole Hamels made another pitch there tonight on McCann on something hard, either a fastball or a cutter, and that has really been big for him. Now he just starts Reed Johnson off speed, changeup. But he went to his fastball there with a 3-run lead and got McCann to pop up. He may have chased out of the zone a little bit too.
Phillies play the infield for 2 with the count 0-1. And a fastball for strike 2 to Reed Johnson. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
It's another example, Tom, of his fastball command tonight, how good he's been out of the middle of the plate with it.
He'll have an extra day off too with Thursday's off day. That's always good for the starters to have an extra day off at this point in the year. Hamels, who came in tied for 4th in strikeouts this year, has 5 in the game, 152 on the year. The 0-2 pitch coming to Johnson. Inside, 1-2 the count. Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team 1-2-3. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. giving you all your favorite sports all year long.
Bullpen up out there and really set to go with changeup away now after that fastball in. Starting with changeup, had a wild swing at it.
1-2 the count. Over to shortstop. Could this be two? We'll see. Rollins to second for one. Utley to first in time. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Cole Hamels has been magical tonight. He gets the double play when he needs it. It's the second time tonight he's rolled a double play ball. Jimmy Rollins starts it. Cole Hamels gets rid of it very quickly. And the inning comes to a close as we move to the bottom of the 8th. Dollar Dog Night. Yes, they have returned. In fact, there are 2 more left this year. Tuesday the 21st, the 7:05 start. Wednesday is 90s Retro Night, the final game of the series. Tickets are available by heading to Phillies.com. Luis Avilan is the new pitcher for the Braves. He'll take over. Here in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Utley, Howard, and Mayberry for the Phillies. Up 3-0. Minor goes 70, allows 3 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Avilan's numbers in 8 games, a 3.09 ERA. Wheels, he's wearing Mark Waller's number. What does that remind you of when you see that number?
Split finger fastball.
And control issues too.
Control issues, and back in the years when the Braves had all those great teams, they never had a lights out closer. And all those tremendous starters, and they seemed like they were always looking for a guy. This guy, McMichael.
Yeah, that's right.
Rocker.
Some of them at times worked out well for short periods of time. Shallow center field. Bourne started back. Hayward's going to bail him out. 2 away. During the 2012 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. I have to say that around the league, if you talk about Turkey Hill, all of the media members who cover the opposing teams have the same admiration for Turkey Hill ice cream that everybody here does, because it's what's served in the lunchroom here in the press box, and that's all they talk about. They rank their favorite things, and the food here at this at Citizens Bank Park is considered some of the best. And Jason Stark has an empty cup of Turkey Hill ice cream there next to the Phillies cup. Look, the spoon's out. The spoon's in the cup. He's all finished.
Yeah. Had it for a while, too, because they shut it down after the 3rd.
Everybody likes a little soft. 2-0 the count. Did you have some tonight with us?
Yeah, about 6 o'clock.
Would you have Moose Tracks? Danny Pommel's had some earlier. Swing and a miss by Howard. 2-1.
Met Danny tonight. Nice guy. He said went to the prep, Temple University. Really local guy. Really happy to be working for Comcast Sportsnet. Good to have him over here. A chocolate mint chip, I think. I'm trying to remember.
Mint chocolate chip?
Oh, that's it. Whatever.
Come on, Wheels. You got to get the ice cream.
It's green.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Joe Simpson had Moose Tracks. He had some Moose Tracks I saw him with a little chocolate syrup, chocolate sauce.
Had a big day out of White Marsh Valley today.
Looks like it.
Played that wonderful golf course and talking about that and a little ice cream to follow. What a day for Joe. Fine broadcaster for the Braves for a lot of years. Good player.
I have no idea why I know he had Moose Tracks. I think I actually asked him. So Joe, what are you having?
Hey, I thought you just kind of threw that out there.
No.
Look out.
Opposite way. 2-2 the count to Howard, whose 2-run home run is part of the 3-run first. That's all the offense for the Phils. It's all they've needed so far.
And Mike Minor did a good job tonight after the first inning. Had a few jams, a leadoff double one time, got out of that. But Phillies threw that 3 spot up, and Cole Hamels has really been good tonight.
Swing and a miss. 2 outs here in the 8th inning.
Never seen this guy before. Here he has a curveball. Just saw it.
There it was.
Yeah. Well, he throws this, and this, and oh, that's a good one.
To a left-hander. Yeah. Well, Ryan Howard's at bat is complete. The outing is complete for the Braves left-hander. Freddie Gonzalez is going to bring in a right-hander to face John Mayberry. So 2 outs here at the bottom of the 8th inning. Everybody around the ballpark enjoying themselves some ice cream. Everybody in the press box enjoyed it earlier tonight. This is an AT&T call to the bullpen. The Phils up by 3. Located on the main concourse behind section 133, the store features authenticated game-used items and autographed memorabilia. New items are added each homestand. For a list of special offers and available items, email merch, MERCH, at Phillies.com.
Take a look at the 9th inning, too, for Cole Hamels as Corey Gearin comes into the game. Sinker slider guy. You figure Dan Uggla's going to bat at some point, either for Giannis or for the pitcher. Probably as you see the numbers on Gearin's been up and down a little bit for them. Probably going to bat for the pitcher, and they hope they can get Giannis on and he can come up with a chance to get it to within 1 run. He's their #1 right-handed hitter off the bench.
And I guess Hinsky would be considered the #1 left-handed hitter, although Francisco's been pretty good for them.
Yeah, they have some power off the bench. Pastor Nicky is also available, who's a pretty good hitter. You can almost see him hitting for Giannis. So
good.
See what Freddie Gonzalez tries to do.
0-1 the count to Mayberry. 0-2. Sinker.
Yep, that's what this guy throws. We've seen him a little bit before. Mostly sinker, slider, especially right-handed hitters. He'll throw a changeup to the left-handed hitters.
There was the slider outside, and it's 1-2. Phillies scored 3 runs in the first. An RBI double from Dominic Brown scored Jimmy Rollins with the first run. And then a 2-run bomb by Ryan Howard scored the other 2. And they've been able to use those 3 runs this entire night because Cole Hamels has been that good for the Phillies.
When the inning begins, they'll probably have Papelbon up, even though Cole still has a low pitch count. Very strong going into the 9th inning. They'll have Papelbon ready in case. And he does start with the bottom of the order, 8-9.
In the air to left field. He's going to have some insurance, it looks like. Johnson's going back. Nope, it's up to the wall, and he makes the catch. Man, I thought that one was into at least the flower bed or the first couple of rows. But Reed Johnson tracks it down. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning. John Mayberry just missed, giving the Phils a little insurance for the 8th. Includes the ShopRite Jimmy Rollins back to school cooler bag night. Games against the Cardinals, the Reds, the Nationals, and the Mets. Plan the rest of your August right now by going to Phillies.com. Cole Hamels on to pitch the 9th inning with a 3-0 lead, trying for his first complete game of the year. Strange to say that.
Yeah, it is. To win a game in this ballpark, so many positives here right now if Cole can get this done.
Hamels ranks first in Citizens Bank Park history and wins with 46. This is his 100th start. And he delivers a strike to Paul Janisch to begin the 9th inning.
Yeah, 6 walks last time against the Braves, zip tonight.
0-2 the count to Janisch. Pastor Nicky is in the on-deck circle to pinch hit.
Yeah, they may just save Ugla. But they get past, they get past these first 2 guys. Odds of using him aren't real good.
The dirt, 1-2 the count. No, because you figure Bourd's coming up, then Prado.
Yeah, they have their lineup coming up then.
Yeah.
There's Dan Ugla, who has had a lot of success in this ballpark and has struggled a lot this year.
1-2 pitch coming to Janisch. Another foul ball.
They really play him shallow towards right center field. He's kind of a late swing. Looks like he just tries to make contact, especially with 2 strikes. See how far over they're going to play him. Hamels just sneaking up on 100 pitches.
Fly ball, shallow center field. They had him played perfectly. And one away here in the ninth inning. And Pasternicki's coming up. Coming up right after the ball game, it's Phillies post-game live. Catch up with Ricky Bottalico as he offers his insights on Cole Hamels' outing tonight. Phillies post-game live, it's presented by Pure Auto Insurance. It's coming up after the ball game.
He's been pretty surgical with this very good lineup tonight.
Pasternicki on the year is a .257 hitter. Last time the Phillies won against the Braves, it was the day Joe Blanton threw the shutout down in Atlanta. It was back on the 3rd of May.
Yeah, after that brutal loss the night before.
0-2 the count to Pasternicki.
The game we'll never forget when Roy Halladay had the 6-0 lead. They wound up losing that thing like 12 innings, 13 innings. Long game, played at noon the next day, and Joe was really good.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Pasternicki. Down the right field line, slicing out a play.
Almost like Cole's trying to get outs earlier tonight, using his fastball so much as opposed to so many change-ups and looking for strikeouts. There's Papelbon. Strikeouts are great. You get early outs, you're into the ninth inning with a lower pitch count.
Change up, and it's lined back through the middle, a base hit. A 1-out single for Pasternicki.
An 0-2 base hit for them.
The top of the order is coming up with Michael Bourd.
Might have second guessed himself a little bit on this one. He just threw a fastball that he hit way late to right field and then throws a changeup and just shakes his head a little bit. Actually, the thing was down. It wasn't a bad pitch. Think about Michael Bourn bunting here too to get the tying run up.
Bourd is 1 for 3. His one hit is a bunt. Came in his last at bat. Swing and a miss. Change up, 1-1. Hamels trying to complete his first game of the year. Now Bourne asks for time, so Cole will take a walk.
Bourne like where he's standing in the box because he called time and never moved. Now he's throwing some combos, change ups.
Got him. Tied him up inside. Strikeout number 6 for Hamels. 2 away here in the ninth inning.
Another really good fastball in a good spot. He said Tom ties him up in, goes change up, and look at this fastball. Look at the location of it. It's unhittable, and it's probably a strike if he takes it. Good fastball here tonight.
42,660 on their feet with 2 outs here in the ninth. Phils have lost 7 straight to the Braves, and Hamels trying to put an end to that streak right here. Martin Prado's the batter. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Prado.
Yeah, he knows how much he wants to get Prado because all of a sudden the guys come up that can hit the ball of the ballpark.
Pasternicki leads off first, not being held on. On the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a cutter. Prado's popped out twice. He is struck out.
Well, adrenaline rush on that one.
Yeah, it's only appropriate that he throws that 93-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike because his fastball's been so good tonight.
And in a perfect spot.
Hamels is ready. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards shortstop. This should do it. Rollins will go across the diamond in time. time to get Prado, and Cole Hamels has a 5-hit shutout tonight. It's his first complete game of the year as the Phillies win it 3-0 over the Atlanta Braves, and they end this 7-game losing streak to the Braves.
Nice job, too, by Eric Kratz tonight to handle Cole Hamels, a guy he hasn't caught that much, handles a complete game shutout. And Cole Hamels, really good command of his pitches tonight, especially fastball cutter.
First complete game since September of 2011 for Cole. His first shutout since September of 2009 against the San Francisco Giants. He was very good with his fastball all night long. And here on the night that he used his changeup an awful lot, and it really worked to perfection as Hamels wins his 12th game of the year.
Yeah, it looked like he got Prado to ground out on a curveball to end the game. Appropriately enough. That's the pitch he's not going to throw.
His curveball a lot tonight.
But he used everything tonight. Fastball and his command of his fastball set up everything.
Well, 5-hit shutout for Cole Hamels. The Phillies end the 7-game losing streak. And our Chevrolet player of the game, of course, is Cole Hamels.
Yeah, complete game shutout for Cole. They gave him 3 runs in the first inning. Pitchers love that, being able to work with a lead. And then he just mowed him down with really good stuff. So the curveball, fastball, uses changeup of course, double play there. Breaking ball. Makes an outstanding defensive play right there to help himself. And the ball hit by Reed Johnson. Gets Michael Bourne on a fastball, and it was a hook to end it. Curveball that he ground. Jimmy Rollins took a little peek at second. They weren't going to get him there and got him at first, and that's it.
Hey, Cole Hamels, after this complete game shutout, is down to the field with Murph. Murph, take it away.
Yeah, T-Mac, his 100th career start here at Citizens Bank Park, and it is a real good one, obviously, a shutout complete game for you. Just, it seemed like you were in complete control in this game. Everything working tonight, is that accurate?
Yeah, it was, the last time that I pitched against him, I wasn't able to, really get anything going or obviously anything working. So, that's kind of what I was working on the past couple days with, in the bullpen, just making sure all 4 pitches were working. And, I was able to establish down the way early, and obviously everything came after that. So, I think anytime I'm able to throw 4 pitches, it's going to obviously help myself out and obviously help the team out.
For this team to get a win against the Atlanta Braves, they've had your number 7 straight against you guys. It's so important to get wins at this time of the year anyway for you guys, but to get one against the Braves as well to stop that streak, how important is that?
It's huge. They're a great team. They've been playing really well. I think it's just, it's kind of finally time for us to get going and play, and, to have everybody obviously out here and playing. Howie had a huge home run. A couple great plays defensively, and I think that's how we know to play baseball, and we just haven't been able to get it done. But there's always if we show the signs, and ultimately I think that we can do it, and hopefully we can just try to start a winning streak today.
You mentioned Ryan Howard. Good to see him go out of the yard. But another guy that's really picked up offensively in place of Chooch is Eric Kratz. Throwing to him tonight, how did you guys work together, and just what a job he's done since Chooch has been hurt?
No, he's done outstanding. He's always been a great catcher. I've been able to throw to him in spring training, and we've had some pretty good games from there. So, he knows, what I like to throw, where I need to throw it, and then obviously I can kind of coach him and, what's feeling good in certain innings. And he's done a great job. I mean, he's obviously the offense, that's what people kind of really look at, but he's done a really good job with catching behind the plate.
Well, tonight they were looking at pitching as well, Cole. Great job. Congratulations. Good win for these guys. Guys, we'll send it back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. Congratulations to Cole Hamels. An outstanding job tonight. A 5-hit shutout as the Phillies win Game 2 against the Atlanta Braves. He did have everything going, including a really good fastball in tonight's ball game. We'll be back to talk more about it right after this.